Welcome, or welcome back to Game of Fangs and Thorns. My name's Hannah. This is my January 2022 book haul. So I have about 10 books to haul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, mostly YA. But we'll just dive right in. I'm not going to bother with the categories because there is only a small amount. So we have Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I have already read this. For my thoughts, check out the wrap-up, but I gave it 5 stars. Found abandoned in a bear cave as a baby, Yanka has always wondered where she's from. She tries to ignore the strange whispers and looks from the villagers. Wishing she was as strong inside, she is on the outside. When Yanka has to flee her house, looking for answers about who she really is, a journey far beyond anything she ever imagined begins. From icy rivers to smouldering mountains, meeting an ever-growing herd of extraordinary friends along the way. This was so cute and touching and beautiful. Okay, so on to the rest of these books I haven't read, so I don't have any particular feelings about them. I just know a little bit about them. Enough to pick them up, obviously. We have Malice by Heather Walter. What I know about this is a female Sleeping Beauty take. Once upon a time, a wicked fairy cursed a line of princesses to die. You've heard this before, haven't you? The handsome prince, true love's kiss. Utter nonsense. No one in Briar cares what happens to our princess. I thought I didn't either, and then I met her. Princess Aurora, the last heir to the throne, the future queen her realm needs. One who isn't bothered that I am the darker grace, aboard for the mysterious dark magic that runs in my veins. I want to help her, but with less than a year before the curse kills her, any future I might imagine first is quickly disappearing, and she can't stand to kiss yet another idiotic prince. After all, we all know how this story ends. Aurora is the beautiful princess, and I am the villain. Next we have the sci-fi. I know I'm branching out. This is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. When Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer, she isn't expecting much. The Wayfarer, a patched up ship that's seen better days, offers her everything she could possibly want. A small quiet spot to call home for a while, adventure in far-off corners of the galaxy, and distance from her troubled past. But what Rosemary gets is more than she bargained for with the Wayfarer. The crew is a mismatch of species and personalities, from Sissix, the friendly reptilian pilot, to Kizzy and Jenks, the constantly sparring engineers who keep the ship running. Life on board is chaotic, but more or less peaceful, exactly what Rosemary wants. Until the crew are offered the job of a lifetime, the chance to build a hyperspace tunnel to a different planet. They'll earn enough money to live comfortably for years if they survive the long trip through war-torn space without endangering any of the fragile alliances that keep the galaxy peaceful. But Rosemary isn't the only person on board with secrets to hide, and the crew will soon discover that space may be vast, but spaceships are very small indeed. Nothing but good things about Becky Chambers. And it's a fairly short book to get into it, and I quite like sci-fi. Back to fantasy, we have The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angelina Booley. This is the Waterstones edition with the very bright sprayed edges, and it is signed. 18-year-old Darnus has always felt like an outsider with her mixed heritage, both in her hometown and on the nearby Ojibwe, can never say that, reservation. When she witnesses a murder, Darnus reluctantly agrees to go undercover, but secretly she pursues her own investigation, tracking down the culprits with her knowledge of traditional medicine. As the bodies pile up, Darnus finds herself caught in a web of deceit that threatens the people she loves the most. I've seen this around on BookTube and just wanted to find it. We have Gilded by Marissa Meyer. To be honest, the cover got me for this one. I I know it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and I only know that because I read the back. Cursed by the god of lies, a miller's daughter has developed a talent for storytelling, but are all of her tales as false as they appear? When one of Serilda's stories draws the attention of the devastating Earl King, she finds herself swept away into a world of enchantment, where ghouls prowl the earth and ravens track her every move. The king locks Serilda in a castle dungeon and orders her to spin straw into gold or be killed for lying. In despair, Serilda unwittingly summons a mysterious young man to her aid, and he agrees to help her for a price. But love wasn't meant to be part of the bargain. I do like a good retelling, reimagining of a fairy tale. I did read Heartless, because I do like Alice in Wonderland, and I did enjoy that. I just didn't think I would reread it. So that went to the charity shop. Next we have 2 books from Bookbox Club. The theme for this month was Secrets and Lies, and I think I unboxed this in a vlog. But we have The Revelry by Catherine Webber. One night can change your life. Growing up in Ember Grove, Bitsy Clark knows better than to break the rules around the revelry, the mysterious end of your party in the woods. So when her best friend Amy persuades her to sneak in, Bitsy is full of misgivings. Misgivings that she should have listened to, because it's after the revelry that Bitsy's luck turns and her life starts to unravel. For Amy, it's the opposite, as if she's been blessed with good fortune. Soon Bitsy is convinced that the revelry has tied the 2 friends together in a curse that only she can break. And then the next book from the Bookbox Club is The Secrets Act by Alison Weatherby. Wartime, Pearl and Ellen work at a top code-breaking HQ, Bletchley Park. Pearl is the youngest, a messenger at 16. She's untidy, lively, bright, and half in love with the wrong boy, Richard. Her circle of friends overlaps with his, the dashing young men on their motorcycles who courier the secrets that Bletchley deciphers. Ellen is a code breaker, reserved, analytical, and beautiful. She never expected to get close to a girl like Pearl, or fall for a chap like Dennis. But when tragedy strikes, their logical world is upended, with both friends caught in a spy plot that rocks the very heart of the war effort. Who can they turn to now? Who can they trust? And above all, can they unmask the traitor in their midst before it's too late? Then we have another sequel. We have The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. This is the sequel to The Prison Healer, which follows Kiva. She is the only known survivor of a massacre that took her family, and since then she has stayed alive by working as the prison healer in the most notorious prison, Zalendorf, until that is the rebel queen is brought in, and Ziva decides, because in this prison you can only get out by the trial of the elements, and Ziva signs up for that and says, look, she's too weak, I'll take her place. If I pass, we both go free. If I fail, we both die. But there is also hidden royalty, magic plots. It's just really good. It has been compared to Throne of Glass and what would happen if Selena stayed in the salt mines, and it does read a lot like Sarah J. Maas, which makes sense because I think Sarah J. Maas and Lynette Noni are friends, so they write similarly. But I can't wait to dive into this one. I need more sequels. I loved Ziva. She was feisty, and she had secrets of her own, which was nice. The last 2 books are from Alima Crate. They are The Ivory Key by Kasha Rahman. This is a signed edition with an author letter and sprayed edges. Vera is desperate to establish her legacy as a revered Maharani of Ashoka. But with the country's only quarry running out of magic, a precious resource that has kept Ashoka safe from conflict for centuries, she can no longer protect her citizens from the looming threat of war. Vera's only hope is to find a mysterious artifact of legend, the Ivory Key. But in order to retrieve it, she must reunite with her estranged siblings who have taken very different paths. Vera, Ronak, Caleb, and Runaway Rhea Each have something to gain from finding the ivory key, and even more to lose if they fail. But with each sibling harbouring secrets, the very thing that brought them together could tear apart their family and their world for good. And the last book is the prettiest, in my opinion, and this is This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. Look at how pretty this is. It is signed as well. Now, clashing empires, a forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen destined to save her people. To all the world, and Alisa is a disposable servant, not the long-lost heir to an ancient Jin kingdom forced to hide in plain sight. The Crown Prince Cameron has heard of the prophecies foretelling the death of his king, but he could never have imagined that the servant girl with the strange eyes, the girl he can't put out of his mind, would one day soon uproot his kingdom and the world. Why can't I read? This is gorgeous. And I did read some of the Shatney series, and I did enjoy it. I just think it went on too long. But that's it for this video. Give it a like if you like it, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this and talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.